welcome back. So we have our blank mounted on the lathe. We have our oak pieces with our what's going to be a cherry rim with some resin. What we're going to do is we're going to round this out, and this will be the bottom, this will be the top, and hopefully it'll turn out as good as I envision it looking. And considering this is going to be someone's final resting place, I really hope it looks really well. Alright, so we had to do some patching on our piece, and looking at the specs on this is way too long and way too big. So what we're going to do, this is 10 inches in length, so we're going to shorten that quite a bit. So I'm going to take probably about 4 inches off the bottom and turn it down some more, so I meet customer specifications. So alright, let's do that. Alright, so we got our extra 2 inches cut off, got it shortened up, got a tenon cut. So we're going to work on this outside edge a little bit more, and then we'll turn it around and start hollowing it out. As you can see, we had a little bit of a design change. We had some cracks that needed to be refilled and some chip out that had to be taken out. So, and then I realized that with an urn, it needs to be filled from the bottom, not the top. So I'm gonna hollow it out from the bottom, and then where these screws are, I'll figure out a decorative way to hide the screw holes. But right now, we're going to sand this up and get the outside finished and ready to go. And we're going to go from 80 all the way up to 3,000 at different intervals. So I'll probably let you see me start it, and then I'm not going to make you watch hours of sanding all the way up through the grits. So we're going to put our respirator on and get started. finished sanding our project up to 3,000. Now, as you can see, this is nothing but natural. There's absolutely no finish whatsoever on this. This is just sanded up. What happens when you get something and you sand it up to 3,000. It literally burnishes the wood, and the natural oils in the wood and everything comes into play and puts this shine on it. And I mean, this is glass smooth. I don't think I'm gonna actually put any kind of lacquer on this because I don't think it needs it. So what I am going to do is I am going to get my shine polish, my Brad's shine polish, and I'm gonna put a good coat of shine polish on this and just shine it up real nice, even better. And the waxes and the oils and stuff that's in that will actually help protect the wood and seal the wood real good, and just kick it up a notch. All right, back. We have the outside of our project sanded to 3,000. We have several coats of Brad's tongue wax on it. Now we're set up to hollow it out. My apologies, guys. Right now I don't really have a good setup so y'all can see me hollow this out. So what I'll do is I'll stop from time to time and show y'all the progress that I'm making. All right, I don't know how well y'all gonna be able to see this, but we've been hollowing now for a little bit. It's slow going and it's off center because I do not have a steady rest, which that will be a new investment here soon. But we are about, I'm gonna say about 4.5 inches in. We've got another 3.5 to go before I'm happy with this. So just want to give you an update. Okay, so we have our piece shined up. There was a couple modifications that I had to do. I broke a screw off, so I had to shorten the top and change the dome, change it to a dome style. So it's hollowed out. Not real happy because I found out that my machine is off of center, so I gotta figure out how to fix that. And I have this faceplate that's supposed to grip it. Well, I just found out that if you're not careful, when you grip it tight enough to hold it, it leaves indentions like this in the base of the wood. So not real sure how to take those out because, again, the top's not big enough for me to grip it with that. And with it being off center, wobbling like this, I can't just put it on the lathe like on a different faceplate and hold it like this and work on it. So not really sure what I'm gonna have to do, how I'm gonna overcome that. So now I'm gonna cut the plug, so the ashes or cremains, whatever you want to call them, will go in there. So I'm fixing to cut the plug to go in here and see where we go from there. Alright, so So I found a solution. It's not the best solution in the world, but it's a solution. So what I've got is, when I was cutting the plug for the bottom, I realized that I could make a jam chuck. So what I did is I've got that cut to less than a 32nd, and it's jammed on. So we got this on the lathe. I've got a tennis ball over my live center to keep it from messing up the lid. Now I'm going to true this up and be able to take those marks out. Alright, so wish me luck. This is either going to be a stroke of genius or an utter catastrophe. Stay tuned to find out which. Well, looks like the jam chuck idea worked. I was able to take all the divots out. I was able to re-true it up and re-shine it up. Now this will, again, this was sanded from 40 grit all the way up to 3000, and this is just sanding alone. So now we're fixing to put some of our brads, tongue wax finish on it, and then we'll finish cutting the plug. And I can honestly say this is now something that I'm willing to put my name on and present it as a gift for somebody's final resting place. Here we have our completed urn. This one posed a little bit of challenges as far as, you know, design wise, keeping it on the lathe, you know, how to turn it, how to make sure it was something that I was proud of and could be considered a final resting place for someone. So this project was completed using hickory and cherry. It has a Purple Heart bottom plug to seal it. Lumelite clear cast resin was used with eye candy pigments. Not exactly sure what the color blues and greens or even the yellow was. The resin was poured, and then after it had cured, it cracked. So I filled the cracks with the yellow resin. The person who will be sleeping in this, his favorite colors were blue, green, white. But if his favorite color was yellow, but he wanted it, he never went overboard with the yellow. So that's why I just filled the cracks with the yellow. So techniques I learned while doing this one was basically the proper use of a jam chuck. So tell me what you think about this one in the comments below. If you like it, if you don't like it, you know, please like, share, subscribe, all of that good stuff. And if you have any tips after watching the video on how things could have been done different or better or even easier, again, also let me know in the comments below. All right. As always, thank you for tuning in and keep on turning.